I present Professor Yitzhak Hen, Professor of Late Antique and Early Medieval History, the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, and Director of the Israel Institute for Advanced Studies, for induction as Corresponding Fellow of the Medieval Academy. Professor Hen, since completing your 1994 Cambridge University doctoral dissertation, Popular Culture in Merovingian Gaul, AD 481 to 751, you have created a virtual tsunami of scholarship on the cultural history of the early medieval West. You have written or co-authored 10 volumes and over 80 articles and book chapters, and you have edited or co-edited another 10 volumes. Your scholarship and scholarly editions of texts have expanded and transformed our understanding of the cultural, religious, and liturgical history of the early medieval barbarian kingdoms of Western Europe and North Africa. Your culture and religion in Merovingian Gaul drew on an impressive array of sources demonstrating that the Merovingians were sophisticated patrons of culture and of the Christian church. In royal patronage of liturgy in Frankish Gaul to the death of Charles the Bald, you expanded our understanding of the ways in which Frankish kings, both Merovingian and Carolingian, drew on the liturgy as part of their political toolbox. And you demonstrated that Carolingian liturgical reform did not aim for liturgical uniformity across the empire. Your Roman barbarians, the royal court and culture of the early medieval West, demonstrates that the Carolingian Renaissance was based on barbarian precedents and sheds new light on the cultural innovations of the Vandals in North Africa. You have argued convincingly that Alcuin soothed the spiritual conscience of Charlemagne by sending him the apocryphal legend about Alexander's encounter with the Indian Brahmin Dindymus. Namaste. And you have expanded our understanding of drinking and drunkards in the early Middle Ages. Propino tibi. Your work has garnered fellowships and memberships at the Institutes for Advanced Studies in the Netherlands, Princeton, New Jersey, and Jerusalem, as well as from the Martin Buber Society of Fellows in the Humanities and Clare Hall at the University of Cambridge, where you now hold a life membership. You have been elected as a senior fellow at the Herzog August Bibliothek in Wolfenbüttel. You have been an invited visiting professor at the University of Utrecht and Charles University in Prague, as well as a Mellon Foundation Global Liberal Arts visiting scholar at Claremont McKenna College. The excellence of your teaching has been recognized with 5 distinguished teaching awards from Ben Gurion University of the Negev, and the excellence of your scholarship has garnered the Rector's Prize for Outstanding Research from Ben Gurion University, the Jacob Talman Prize from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, and the Yad Ben Zvi Prize for Innovative Research on the Holy Land. Your service to the profession includes memberships on the editorial boards of multiple journals and series, including Cultural Encounters in Late Antiquity and the Middle Ages, for which you were the founding and general editor. You have also served on the steering committee of the International Medieval Congress at the University of Leeds and on the councils of the Henry Bradshaw Society, the Historical Society of Israel, the Yad Ben Zvi Institute for the Study of the Holy Land, and the Israeli Association of Byzantine Studies. Additionally, though we can hardly understand how you found the time, you served on the governing board of the Chaim Herzog Center at Ben Gurion University of the Negev. Professor Hen, if we had all been able to make the physical pilgrimage to this year's annual meeting at the Medieval Academy, you would have seen and touched our sacred book, the Book of the Fellows of the Medieval Academy of America. But such is not the case. And so we can only hope that you will make the pilgrimage to a future conference, at which time we will ask you to sign that book.